exactly?
Viv.
I get it. You found a new best friend in dating my brother. It's fine.
Look, Viv, why don't you let me explain before you jump to conclusions?
Well, 3 months is a long time to get caught up on. I suppose I have a little time.
A little?
Okay, I have a lot. Come on.
Viv, did I ever tell you how I met Bruno?
No, Alice, I can't say that you have. How did you meet my brother?
Well, I might have accidentally poisoned one of his great-grandchildren. Almost.
You nearly poisoned one of my descendants? How did this happen?
I know it sounds bad, but just listen.
How did this poison his great-grandchild?
I'm getting to that part.
You and I are just like couples of tots running across a meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful thing to be fun. I'm gonna feel the way I do today.
I can't believe Bruno never told me that. That's my great-grandnephew and niece, for goodness sakes.
Thank goodness they were okay, but it was terrifying. Your great-grandnephew's life was endangered and all because I didn't think to child-proof my apartment.
Oh, how could you know? Your kids are all grown up and moved away.
I know, but I still feel awful, and I was absolutely certain I'd never see Bruno again. But then there was the sleeve-catching fire incident.
The what?
You heard me right. A while after I almost poisoned your great-grandnephew,
Word poetic, I'm so pathetic that I always have found it best. Instead of getting them off my chest, to let them rest, unexpressed. I hate parading my serenading as I'll probably be survived. But if this ditty is not so pretty, at least it'll tell you how great you are. You're the top. You're the God who's singing. You're the top.
I was feeling fabulous in my caftan gown, and when Bruno came over and saw me in my dress, His reaction told me all I needed to know.
Oh, Alice, that's really sweet. Minus the part where your sleeve burst into flames. Also, ooh, Alice, that's my brother we're talking about.
It was sweet. And it became even sweeter when, because he's a good sculptor, he brought me a piece of his latest project.
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, you'll sing Viva Bella. Hearts will play, tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a guitar landella.
That's terrible. Gosh, Alice, you could have died.
I could have, and then I could have drowned. Even worse, he reminds me of it constantly by giving me fire safety tips. So, I have resorted to calling him Sparky when I'm really irritated with him.
Are you crazy about my brother? Should I be disgusted or...
That's not all.
You mean you've had worse luck since then? Alice, is my brother cursed?
Definitely not. If anything, I am. But this next one was partially my fault.
Hey, Alice, it happens to the best of us. Besides, if Bruno had got mad at you for that, he could have expected a visit from me and one of my hour-long lectures.
I know, but Bruno had kept himself in such great shape. I was humiliated I wasn't as good. I mean, 80 isn't too old to dance. I was just totally out of shape.
Hey, you've gotten better. You walk to the library now. You take the elevator. No, you take the stairs instead of the elevator to your apartment. And you've even tossed around the idea of a yoga class.
Oh.
Bruno is a whole lot fitter than me, too.
Lime? You're right. And now, I'm going to be ready to dance again. So Bruno had better be ready too.
See? You just told me about a date that didn't end with disaster. Maybe your bad luck was just in those other 2 dates. Hey, you didn't set anything on fire while you were dancing, at least.
No, but that sleeve incident wasn't the last of Bruno and my fire problems.
Another one? I thought you said Bruno was being more cautious. Do I need to enroll you two in a fire safety course?
No, but that doesn't mean accidents don't happen, Viv. Like when this happened.
You didn't.
I did, and I could tell we felt like complete teenagers all over again after I said it. Bruno and I had to admit that relying on our senses does not guarantee our safety.
We just need to keep you and Bruno away from anything electricity related. I've never known my brother to be so accident prone.
Not so fast. Fire isn't the only thing out to get Bruno and me. Remember how I said that he had taken up sculpting?
Oh, I'm sure he's very talented. Not that I would know. I should get him to make something for me, if he can find the time. I am his sister, after all.
Well, Bruno decided to throw a party for his backyard, like a backyard barbecue for his pieces. Bruno's daughter told him the deck was deteriorating and it wasn't getting any sturdier.
Let me guess. Bruno didn't listen. The man never does. At least my niece is smart.
He does like to believe he's some sort of handyman.
Rock solid. 2x10 joists every 12 inches. It'll never budge.
And was he wrong? What am I saying? Of course he was wrong.
So wrong. It was almost like Bruno gave the deck a cue.
And what did Bruno say to you after that?
Just one thing. That could have been us.
Well, I'm sure glad it wasn't. Losing my brother and my best friend at the same time, I would have been devastated. Not that I ever get to see you. Wait! Why wasn't I at this party? Doesn't being Bruno's sister mean I get invites to all his parties?
Well, I'm not sure how that works, but let me tell you this first. When I started spending more time over at Bruno's house and things began getting more serious, I couldn't help. Line. I noticed all the pictures he had of his wife all over the house. And while I know they're a great way to remember someone, I can't say seeing his wife watching me from a wall somewhere didn't discompose me, especially as things were getting increasingly romantic.
I know what you mean. I wouldn't want to be a picture on the wall watching my husband with another woman. I don't even want to think about my husband with another woman.
Line. Even though I was worried to do it, I decided I had to confront him. A few days later, Bruno was working in his art studio. Thing is, I'd seen what he was doing there.
What? Please tell me it wasn't a shrine.
No, nothing like that. It was a clay sculpture of an older couple on a bench reading. It was perfect. And it was my birthday present for my 81st birthday.
I would have loved to have seen him give you that present. I'm sure it was very sweet. Was I not invited to that party either?
It was very sweet. Now, about his wife. He stored the pictures in the basement and, well, you know how nosy I can get.
Do I ever?
Well, I couldn't resist seeing if he was building an actual shrine this time because he kept working in the studio and rearranging things. Lifeline. Fire pressure. Ugh.
Be honest with me. Where do you have room for all these statues?
I'm not telling you. That's my secret. This statue is sentimental to both Bruno and I. Do you know why?
Please do tell.
Well, Bruno and I, before we properly met and introduced ourselves, we used to meet every day on a park bench to read.
Before you realized he was my brother.
And it became such a habit that soon I was just going to see him.
Oh, that's beautiful. Why did you never tell me this story?
I forgot until I saw the statue. There were two problems with going on a date that night. First, I'll tell you Bruno's problem.
Alice, why do your stories always have a problem?
Well, without drama, there would be no story to tell. Now, let me tell it.
Alice, what happened to your leg?
Wait for it.
Men and their pride.
If Bruno had remembered his hearing aid, maybe the date still could have happened. But then again, maybe not. After all, I haven't told you my side of the story. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. My Bonnie lies over the sea. My Bonnie lies over the ocean. Oh, breath! Lifeline. Lifeline. Ooh. I ended up being okay. But when Bruno called off the date, it was a relief for both of us.
Alice, you could have needed a hip replacement. You could have really hurt yourself.
Believe me, when I told him, Bruno lectured me the same. However, the stories aren't over yet. Tell me, do you remember my workplace nickname?
Velvet Bulldozer.
That's the one. Well, you know, I'm very pro-change. And I can be kind of pushy, or so Bruno says. He said I was pretty pushy when I started spending more time at his place, and I tried to make him into less of a slob. Now, Bruno's great. He's funny and he's creative, and he's the best sculptor I've ever known, but he was a slob.
You're just lucky you didn't know him in his teen years. The man was a wreck. I used to need to put a gas mask on just to cross the threshold into his bedroom. But Alice, what did you do?
What I felt needed to be done.
That's what I always hear when you sigh. Never in the phrase how I feel. Have you ever heard two turtle doves kill and coo when they love? That's the kind of magic music we make with our lips when we kiss. And he really knows how to cry. That's how I cry on my pillow. If you should tell me farewell and goodbye, lullaby a birdland below. Kiss me sweet, and we'll go flying high in birdland.
I can see why you two are attracted to each other. You both cause injury to yourselves. You two are serious danger magnets.
It's one of the many things we have in common. The reason for Bruno's fall was this lovely Persian rug. He hit it at just the wrong angle, causing quite the tumble when he didn't get the traction he needed. After a night in emergency, traction is what he got.
Wow.
Yeah, after that accident, I insisted we safety-proof the house. I mean, we didn't want another light switch incident.
You never told me about a light switch.
Oh, I'll tell you that then.
Moo. I like candlelight.
Oh! Ah! Oh!
Ow! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Moo?
Lecturing Bruno sounds a lot like you, Alice. And me too, actually. You should have just given me a call. I would have set my brother straight.
Indeed. Back to the story about safety-proofing the house.
Go on.
Well, Bruno was pretty set in his ways that he didn't want anything to change. But after the incidents with the deck, the fire, the rug, the light switch, the Lysol under my sink, It was time to change some things.
Some or all?
Okay, so we made a lot of changes, but they were good changes. Bruno was just worried. He thought changing the house was going to be disloyal to his wife. Still, I persevered. I mean, we weren't tearing the house down. We were making it safer.
So what did you tell Bruno to get?
Phone for the bedroom, lights on the stairs, handrails. Oh, grab bar in the bathtub. I didn't want Bruno taking a fall like mine in it.
That sounds reasonable. Did he embrace the changes?
You know, better than I thought he would. He realized the fact that we are getting older and we have to accommodate that into our lives. You know, we did feel better when things were safer and more comfortable around the house. Bruno even chose a couple changes of his own. Better lights in his studio.
That's it?
Well, yes. Why?
Alice, you just told me a story that didn't involve you or Bruno getting injured. You're learning.
But if you think about it, those improvements happened because we kept injuring ourselves.
Just let me enjoy this drama-free moment.
What moment?
Oh. Hello, brother dear. Long time no see. We were just discussing shoes.
Sorry we've been off the radar. Have you told her yet?
Told me what?
I was waiting for you to get here.
What is it that you have to tell me?
We're
What?
Getting.
What are you getting? A cat? A trailer? What are you getting?
a dog.
A dog. You're getting a dog.
Just kidding. We're getting married.
That's wonderful news.
I realize that life is too short not to live it with the love of my life.
I'm so happy for both of you. I am going to be invited to the wedding, right?
Of course.
I was beginning to feel a tad excluded. What with your blossoming romance.
Oh, Viv, I'm sorry. We didn't realize.
I'm sorry too. I can't believe you didn't pick up on all those subtle hints I was dropping. I must have mentioned I was Bruno's sister at least 6 times.
You were dropping hints?
Yes.
You will be the matron of honor at the wedding.
Yes! You're just saying that to make me feel better, aren't you?
No. I was going to ask you anyway.
Well then, of course I'll come to the wedding. Now, if you can just not set your dress on fire.
I'm never going to live that whole fire incident down, am I?
No, you're not.
That's okay. I do love you, Sparky.
I love you too. My velvet bulldozer.
And I love you both.
We love you too.